But next up, we got another big matchup, and it's a rivalry game against the Eastside Huskies. Mike, he was struggling from the field, man, and I was getting a little upset in the huddle because coach wasn't even really drawing nothing up. He was just telling me to get the ball and go to work. And you know me, I try to be a team player. I want to get my teammates involved. I don't want to score 50 every game. It was a lot of trash talking during the game, and Lamont hit me up afterwards. He said it was all love and he wanted to link up the next day to catch up. But man, little did I know what I was in for. It was all a setup. The family pressed charges against me, and I had a case on my hands, and everything I worked for was in jeopardy. It get grimy out here, man. Yo, what's good, y'all? I know we ain't talked in a minute, but I'ma get y'all hip on everything y'all missed out on. But first, y'all gotta do me a favor, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, and if you missed the last episode, check it out. But I also need y'all to watch until the very end of the episode. I got a big decision to make, and I need y'all help with it. So I know y'all remember what happened at the end of last episode. Well, the family pressed charges against me, but nothing really happened besides that news report. It was basically self-defense on my end, so I was good. But it happened at the same time we was buzzing, so my reputation took a hit. Now the school wanted me suspended from the team for hella games. Coach ain't really want to do it, but unfortunately it was out of his hands. So since I wasn't allowed to practice or be with the team, I just had to work out on my own. Man, I was spending hours running around the block just to make sure I was still in shape to hoop. It was really weighing heavy on me because I loved the game. I ain't want to spend no time away from it at all. But in my life, man, it always feel like I'm going through something. Word on the street is some members on the east side was looking for me. But I was staying out the way, so I wasn't really worried about them, to be honest. But man, look, if I wasn't working out, I'd just be sitting at home watching NBA games. I never thought about the league. I thought I was pretty good, but maybe I had a chance to get there. But man, let me tell y'all how much the team has changed since I've been gone. They weren't really winning for real, but our backup PG was doing his thing, averaging 12 and 5. And I heard he believed he was a better fit for starting PG. Now D, he was averaging the same double-double he was before I left. And then my best friend Mike took over as the lead scorer. Man, that boy was averaging 25 points per game. Really going crazy out there. I was walking home one night and my whole mindset changed. After I passed the store, I saw this billboard. This big billboard, and it had an NBA player on it. After I saw that, I couldn't help but think about the opportunity I had in front of me. Yeah, I came from nothing, but I could make it out of here. I couldn't do nothing but shake my head, man. All I had to do was stay out of trouble, and maybe I could reach that goal. I walked to the court just to get a feel for it, cause I ain't played in so long. But pretty soon I was able to come back, and it got ugly. Now I'm not gonna lie. At first it took me a while to get back in the groove of practice. I mean, you gotta keep in mind for a little bit, I wasn't doing nothing but running. And the whole time I was out, I didn't really have access to a court because it wasn't one in my neighborhood, so I was really just doing stuff in the gym and running. But once I got the feel back, man, I was in there doing whatever I wanted, getting buckets on everybody. But it low-key felt like the team wasn't really happy to have me back. Usually when somebody come back to the team, you know, you feel welcomed. But when I came in there, man, it felt like I was in enemy territory. I didn't know what was going on, but I still came in there with the mentality to go at every single person, including Mike, who was my boy. And yeah, I even did this to Dwight. Well, I mean, We ain't gotta talk about that. Now here's where things kind of get tricky. When I came back, coach had me coming off the bench, and it was only for a couple minutes. But it's a specific game that I remember against the Tigers. He sat me into the third quarter with like a minute left. And I was so mad, man. I just came in there and immediately got to work. And I'm not gonna lie, this game, I think I had about 15 points in 4 minutes. If that doesn't say I need to be in the starting lineup, I don't know what does. I remember having a lot of mixed emotions that game. It felt like my team didn't want me there. It felt like my coach was turning on me too. It kind of felt like the whole world was turning on me. And all I was trying to do was defend myself. But I still wanted to go out there and play hard for my team. I had goals of making it to the NBA, and I didn't want to seem like a selfish, bad teammate. But that game, I was doing everything, man, in a short amount of time. Getting blocks, steals, scoring, and then next thing you know, I was right back on the bench. Man, when he sat me down for the second time, I was heavy in my thoughts. I was going through it, I ain't gonna lie to you. But I never really told anybody how I was feeling. I kind of just kept it to myself because this went on for the rest of the season. Every single game I was only playing a few minutes, and I never got back into the starting role until one game where our PG got hurt. In that game, man, right out the gate, I had a play that was going viral. I ended up dribbling down the court, asking for a ball screen, and then I got a poster. A mean one too. Man, I was seeing that thing everywhere. It was on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, really anywhere you can think of. But I remember how I was feeling that game. I knew it was the last game of the season and we didn't do enough to go far and get a state championship. But I was having fun out there, man. Finally getting back in the starting lineup, and it felt like the dog was kind of off of the leash. Like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It felt like a relief. Man, I was out there doing stuff I hadn't done since the first 2 games when we had all that hype. Basketball was finally fun again. But this whole season, to me, was very challenging. Something I really wasn't expecting. I'm glad y'all made it this far though. If you were here in the beginning of the vid, I said I needed y'all help because I had a big decision. I ain't gonna lie, after everything that's happened this junior year, I'm thinking about leaving. But I don't know if I should transfer or just thug it out my senior year and see what happens. So let me know in the comments down below. And on the next episode of Underrated, man, we gonna find out together. I'll see y'all in the next one.